Hola.
Hello, this call is being translated.
Abuela, listen to what my phone can do.
Abuela, escucha lo que mi teléfono puede hacer.
¡Wow! Ahora dime sobre tu novia nueva.
Wow, now tell me about this new girlfriend.
Huh?
Tú sabes lo que dije.
You know what I said.
Language is no longer a barrier thanks to Live Translate with Galaxy AI on Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Learn more at Samsung.com. Samsung account login required. Calls must be made using the native Samsung dialer.
Today on CityCast Houston, it's Asian American and Pacific Islanders Month, and we're celebrating with the best way we know how, food. That's why we're bringing on Sydney Dao, Chairwoman of the Asian Chamber of Commerce and Chair of Asian Restaurant Month, to help us diversify our palate with the multitude of AAPI cuisine Houston has to offer. It's Wednesday, May 15th. I'm Raheel Ramzanali, and here's what Houston's talking about. Sydney, welcome into CityCast Houston. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
I'm so excited to chat with you because we're going to be talking some delicious food. But before we get into that, what is your favorite thing to do or an event to attend during AAPI month?
Okay, my favorite, and I'm a little partial. I love going to the AAPI Amplified event on the Avenida. So it's actually an event I started with Houston First, and it's a cultural celebration, just festival. Every year it's kind of different. This year, I didn't plan this one, but it's happening this weekend on the Avenida. It's a free event. There'll be some music and cultural performers out on the Avenida from, I believe, 6 to 8 o'clock.
Oh, nice. That's fun. And by the way, the Avenida right there across George R. Brown, Discovery Green, that cool area. Love hanging out there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful area, especially if the weather's really nice, which it's springtime in Houston right now. And at nighttime when the Avenida actually lights up and stuff, it's beautiful and it's really fun. It's a very energized area.
That should be a great time. Hey, let's talk about Asian Restaurant Month. How was this started and what is the mission behind this?
Well, it started 4 years ago as kind of an answer to the pandemic. We were actually thinking about having an Asian Restaurant Month prior to the pandemic. But when the pandemic hit, the Asian Chamber just really felt the need to help out the restaurant industry. Our mission is to help all businesses, Asian-owned and just businesses throughout the greater Houston area. But the restaurant industry was hit so hard, and they were the first industry to really feel the pain of the pandemic. And so our first year, it was literally just a listing of all the restaurants in Asia Town, which is formerly known as Chinatown, but we've diversified. But it was just really desolate and it was quiet. A lot of these shops were actually mom and pop shops that people didn't even know about. Unless your family went there, a lot of people didn't know about it. So we created a website with listings of restaurants that really needed our support. And over the years, it's expanded into an amazing digital pass. And we have over 120 restaurants that are listed throughout the greater Houston area. And I will add, the mission of Asian Restaurant Month, there's actually twofold, right? One, we want you to go out there to support these small businesses because they are small businesses. And when you're supporting small businesses, you're actually supporting the community and you're supporting all the employees that they have. And then on the other side, it's a celebration. It's a celebration for AAPI month, right? The best way to experience a culture, and I think everyone's favorite way to experience a culture is through food, is through our bellies. We're a foodie town, and we are lucky here to have so many Asian restaurants to explore.
You know, AAPI month, and this is just a little side note, just when you're picking your identity on a form and it just says Asian, that's such an open-ended question, right? Because there's so many communities that make up AAPI, right? And with that, with Asian Restaurant Month comes so many different types of restaurants. This is going to be hard. Can you break down some examples of the multitudes and different types of restaurants that are included and the communities that are included in this month?
Absolutely. I think that's the hardest part, right? Because when you're Asian, there's so many different shades of us. There's different cultures, languages, even within like a country, right? There's different provinces and cuisines, but we have Chinese, but we have Taiwanese, we have Szechuan within the Chinese community. Cantonese, we have Vietnamese, we have Korean, we have Thai food, we have Laos food, which we haven't had before, Indian food, Pakistani, Japanese. We do have a little bit of Cambodian cuisine on here as well. So,
Wow.
yep.
That is some good eats and so many different types of foods to experience. So tell me, how does Asian Restaurant Month work? Is it you go in there and you're just supporting the businesses? What's happening?
We're trying to simplify it as much as possible because when you think of Asian restaurants, right, there's so many. I've already just listed 10 different cuisines here, and we're not even breaking down desserts and, but all you do is you go to asianrestaurantmonth.com, you create an account. It's absolutely free, and the account just asks for your name, email address, and I think maybe your address if you want to provide it. But the reason you want to create an account is when you go to these different restaurants that are participating restaurants, they have a PIN code and you get to check in. And so every restaurant you check in, you get 10 points for your check-in, for going out and supporting these amazing restaurants. And then at the end of the month, or you could do it now if you've gone to many places, we've gamified it. We want to incentivize you to come to these restaurants, not only to explore the food and cuisine, but also you get to win really cool t-shirts, a cool tote bag. These all have different price points, right? So for 50 points, you can get, I think, a cool Asian Restaurant Month utensil set. For 100 points, which is 10 locations, but it's worth it. You get a Chow Down in Chinatown t-shirt. And Chow Down in Chinatown is a great Facebook group that started again also during the pandemic to support these small businesses. And they've grown to over 20,000 followers. And so they're one of our partners, one of our favorite partners. They have great relationships with these restaurants, and they're there purely to just promote these businesses.
That is so cool. So other restaurant weeks and restaurant months, they usually have discounts or prefix menus. Is that going on as well during Asian Restaurant Month?
So not every restaurant will have a discount. The reason we don't have a prefix menu or ask the restaurants to offer a discount, some of them do offer a discount like 10% off your purchase or a free appetizer with an entree. We're leaving that up to the restaurants because we didn't want to take anything away from their net profit, because the restaurant business is already tough enough. They were struggling. So all we wanted to do was use this as a promotional platform for our vendors.
And you really are bringing a lot of awareness to these restaurants, right? As you mentioned, year 4 now. What has the impact been for restaurants that have been participating? Have they seen a big increase in customers?
I think they've seen some increase. I was trying to do the data on it, and it's a little hard. But I want to say the biggest impact is the publicity and the awareness that we're bringing through the campaign. We do a lot of PR and marketing during this month for these restaurants. Everything we're doing is for these restaurants. We get a lot of support from our local media. So on Channel 2, Channel 39, Fox 26, I'm actually trying to pick restaurants that they don't have a PR company. They don't have an agency. They're not doing social media because they're too busy running a restaurant. I'm able to kind of give a shout out or maybe give them the opportunity to have a demonstration or have some sort of appearance. And those restaurants really do get a lot of foot traffic from that. But just to bring that awareness, I think is probably our most important success, accomplishment during this month.
It is time to get some of your recommendations, Sydney. I'm so excited for this. There are a lot of categories. There are a lot of restaurants to pick from. So let's jump right into it. Number 1, give me a great date night restaurant to try for Asian Restaurant Month.
Okay, there's 3. My top pick, and this is really when you want to impress your date. I recommend Kieran's. If you haven't been to Kieran's, it's very beautiful inside. You'll get amazing service and the best Indian food that's served out there. Chef Kieran is the most lovely woman. I don't know if you've had a chance to meet her, but she is the kindest, warmest woman, and you feel it as soon as you walk in. Even though it's a really nice fine dining experience, you still feel the warmth as you walk in, and you'll feel it throughout your meal. So I highly recommend that. I also like Carne. If you want kind of like a trendier place, Carne is actually a Korean barbecue restaurant. But it's a little trendier. You can get cool drinks there, but get really authentic Korean barbecue as well. My third choice for a great restaurant for a date night is Makin, which is a new Thai restaurant. And again, it's elevated. When you're on a date, especially a first date or something, you really want to impress your girl. So I recommend Makin as well.
Hey, how about the girls taking us out? Okay, why can't the girls impress the guys here?
They can take you guys. You guys would like carne, right? Carne, meat, steak, but beautifully served and with
For
some great
sure.
cocktails, for sure.
Okay, how about best traditional restaurant representing any AAPI community?
So I love Tan Tan. I've been going for 30 plus years. And I recently went back because of another feature we had for another media outlet. And it just brought back so many memories. They have some traditional dishes, their egg noodle soup. It's Vietnamese and Chinese. So if you're feeling either cuisine, it's very authentic and it's family style. They're one of like the OGs for hot pot as well. So you really can explore Chinese Vietnamese cuisine while you're there. And then really my go-to for Indian food and Pakistani food is Himalaya. Chef Kaiser is always there, at the register or checking on you at the tables. And, I get my butter chicken fix there.
Yes.
And the lamb biryani. A new restaurant for me, but apparently it's been around for a really, really long time for authentic Chinese food is Shanghai. They actually serve Cantonese food and not Mandarin food. And it's great. They have these fried pork ribs that are out of this world. I had it 2 months ago and I'm still thinking about it.
All those picks sound so good. Okay, give me a restaurant with a unique experience and or cuisine.
Man, that was a hard one.
These are all hard.
My most unique experience I've had recently, I'll be honest, I've not tried every single restaurant listed on here. I have a long list of restaurants I need to try. But Pasha Nakai is a Japanese Peruvian restaurant. And it's so unique because he was a Japanese chef that lived in Peru for a while. And so within his like Japanese dishes, there's Latin flavors, there's like hominy, and he uses like plantains and different types of beans and things like that you wouldn't see in Japanese food. But it's so light and beautiful and colorful. It's just, beautiful to the eyes, beautiful to the palate. I really enjoyed it and I can't wait to go back. So.
Wow. I did not have Japanese Peruvian on my bingo card
Right,
today.
I
to be
didn't
honest
either.
with you.
And it's such an amazing combination. I can't tell you. It's so amazing.
Hola.
Hello, this call is being translated.
Abuela, listen to what my phone can do.
Abuela, escucha lo que mi teléfono puede hacer.
¡Wow! Ahora dime sobre tu novia nueva.
Wow, now tell me about this new girlfriend.
Huh?
Tú sabes lo que dije.
You know what I said.
Language is no longer a barrier thanks to Live Translate with Galaxy AI on Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Learn more at Samsung.com. Samsung account login required. Calls must be made using the native Samsung dialer.
Spring is a time of renewal, so why not refresh your home with a little help from Blinds.com? Blinds.com invented a better way to shop for custom window treatments. There's no pushy salespeople in your home or inflated showroom prices. Free samples, free shipping, and our 100% satisfaction guarantee can put the spring back into your step and into your home too. Shop Blinds.com now and save up to 45%. Up to 45% off at Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
So one of the great things about our AAPI communities is that we're usually first on big trends. What's a place to check out that is serving up a new trend?
Oh my gosh, that's such a hard question. For me, like what I've noticed business industry wise, what's trending is, because Houston is such a foodie town, a lot of international chains are actually coming to Houston, opening businesses here, which is amazing. Sometimes it's their first U.S. outlet, and, we have 85 Degree Bakery, which has been around. But there's just so many different dessert chains that are coming here. Boba is still, a big thing, and they're offering so many different flavors and drinks these days. It's just not your normal, just like milk tea. Asian desserts, I think, are a big thing, and a lot of people are just, finally enjoying the different types of Asian desserts.
Yeah, Sydney, there's so many to pick from, and there's so many cool trends. And this is an older trend, but I feel like people are still sleeping on it. But new ice and drinks, their shaved ice is so good. And I just don't see enough people posting about it, or they still might not know about it. But it is the flakiest shaved ice with condensed milk all over it. I still think that needs more love.
It really does. And it was funny. I was going through the list of things, and there's a place called Meat Fresh. And I'll be honest, I haven't been there, but it is serving up things that I'm like, I need to go, because Asians use a lot of beans in our desserts. We like sweet beans, and we like condensed milk. And it's a place where you can actually get different types of beans and tapioca balls and tofu and things like you can actually mix it in. That may sound really scary to people, but when you put it together and then you're pouring it over like some sweet syrup over it, and that just blends all the flavors together. That's how Vietnamese people eat, or that's how we eat our desserts, and it's a pretty common practice. It's just the contents are kind of different within the different regions, but it's delicious. I think what Asians do really well is mix textures. We want something a little crunchy with the ice, and then something a little silky with the tofu, and then maybe, some sweet beans in there. So there's just always a lot of texture to discover.
Yeah, that texture is so delicious,
Yeah.
and it works so well. Trust me, y'all have to try it. Okay, let's get to our office workers.
Okay.
Everybody needs a good lunch spot. Everyone's always arguing, where should we go? No, we got to go here. Oh my gosh, we've already been there. Let's try something new. Give us a good recommendation for Asian Restaurant Month. Where should our office workers go for lunch?
Okay, I have two. Saigon Hustle in the Garden Oaks area, and it's actually a drive-through. So if you're pressed for time, everything's beautifully packaged. You can get a banh mi and some egg rolls and spring rolls. The service is really quick, and the food's amazing. My other favorite place is, if you haven't tried Korean fried chicken or Korean wings, Dak and Bop. They're back in the Museum District area, and their wings are amazing, but their chicken sandwiches are even better.
Ooh, I have not tried their chicken sandwich. I always just go with the traditional wings.
Yeah, now do the chicken sandwich with like their Asian slaw with it. It's so good. And it's a good size sandwich. So forget Popeyes. Go to Dak and Bop.
Okay, I love me some KFC. Korean fried chicken. That's what it stands for.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, what about a good food truck?
Okay, so another Korean fried chicken place, Soulside Wings. We really only have two food trucks on our website, but they're kind of my two go-to. I live in Spring Branch, so Soulside used to park 5 minutes away from my house, so I loved it. Soulside just has really great wings. They have, several different flavors and things. And then Oh My Gogi is probably one of the first Asian-inspired food trucks here in Houston. So bulgogi tacos, Korean and Mexican food kind of blended together.
Oh My Gogi is the OG of food trucks for sure. Those fries, oh man, I think about those all the time. All right, give me a restaurant that I'll get the most for my buck, because this is a category that's near and dear to me. There was a time when I could go get a banh mi for $2, $3, and that was like my go-to at Parisian Bakery. And now everything's a little bit more expensive, but is there still something out there that I can get a bang for my buck?
I'm a good old buffet girl, so I love Kim Sun Buffet. I think it's a little more pricier, for dinner and on weekends. But if you really want to explore food and explore Vietnamese cuisine, go during lunchtime. They actually sometimes have like homemade things like stewed braised pork with egg, which is a really classic. You want your mom to cook it when you're, a kid. But I think for the price that they have, it's an amazing place. You can really get your bang for your buck there. I know I get my money's worth, so.
Absolutely. All right, let's go to some great drinks, because AAPI communities, we do drinks really, really well, right? From boba teas to faludas in my community. Do you have a favorite spot for us to try a great drink this spring?
Sure. One of my favorite spots for boba tea is Tea Top. Why I love about they've always done really well during Asian Restaurant Month. They're always one of my top performers, but I think it's because their boba is always like perfectly cooked. I'm very particular about that. I like it to be nice and chewy and super fresh, and then all of their different flavors they have. I still drink a lot of bubble tea, so.
Oh, me too. Me too. That's my weakness. All right, we're almost done with the recommendations, Sydney, and we just had all these great spots. I need a good dessert now. Give me your best spot for a dessert I need to check out during Asian Restaurant Month.
Okay. I will tell you, if you're ever in downtown, you have to stop by Cafeteria.
Yes.
It's by Chef Van, and I'm a little biased, but they are only open until 2. It's a coffee shop, but it's totally worth it. Everything, all of his desserts. He's a well-known pastry chef. He's James Beard nominated this year, and he's also an amazing person. I love talking to him. Super friendly, but his pastries are really out of his world. There is one savory pastry there that I get all the time, and it's their pho kolache.
Ooh.
And it's so delicious. It's nothing you ever would think. I was like, pho kolache, really? You know, but he infuses the pho broth inside, and you really can taste like the star anise and the cinnamon and the like all the flavors.
Wow.
And then he puts a little side of sriracha and hoisin sauce on the side for you to dip the kolache in. But everything's amazing. They're beautiful, and you don't feel like you got it out of a cute little coffee shop in downtown.
Okay, Sydney, I know you just gave me all of your picks, but I need your best overall pick. This is a place where you're going, where you love to go support a must-try restaurant this month for us. Sydney's top pick is?
Pasha Nakai. It's just so unique. I do eat a lot of Asian food, and I love it all. I love every single cuisine, but this one's just kind of new and fresh, and you don't leave feeling heavy or anything, and you just want to come back for more. It's delicious. Everyone should go out and try it.
That sounds delicious, and that sounds great. Sydney, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for everything you're doing for all of our AAPI communities. We appreciate it, and I'll see you around at a restaurant.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
That was Sydney Dao. You can find all the recommendations in our show notes, along with all of the restaurants that are participating for Asian Restaurant Month. Before we go, don't forget, tomorrow we're dropping the first part of our 2-part series on human trafficking in the Houston area. So make sure you tune in. That will do it for today. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something new.
Y'all gave me some easy questions and some tough questions.